Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cooper and I'm a 25-year-old cash budgeter who's saving for the future, specifically an emergency fund and a school fund. And I'm also the owner of Purely Budgets over on Etsy, which you can always find in the description box down below. In today's video, we have our final cash planning for the month of October. Today, we're gonna be cash planning $820 plus $1,710 from my most recent Etsy check, which came from the month of September. So in total, that's going to be $2,525. I have already deducted my mini Monday, freebie Friday, group play, and Sunday savings money from the 820. So technically speaking, we're going to be cash planning 675. So we're just going to jump right into this. I'm going to jump around a little bit with binders because I want to make sure that I am stuffing or planning my most important envelopes first, and then doing my least important envelopes at the end. So the most important envelope in here is going to be my school fund. That is going to be getting its normal $250. And yes, I am writing in pen or pencil because I have a tendency to screw things up, and it's just easier for me to write in pencil. I can erase it. If I need to add more money into an envelope, I can go ahead and erase that amount and put the new amount in there. So that's why I write with pencil. I don't really care for pens. I know that there is like erasable pens out there, and I probably should invest into those for this exact reason. Car insurance, we're just going to be doing 2 icons like we would normally do. So $33 per icon, that's going to be $66. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Oh wait, that's the wrong. I went ahead and did my cash planning sheet, and then I went ahead and switched some envelopes around, which I don't know why I would do that to myself because now it's going to get me all confused. So car insurance is going to get $66. And let's subtract this from here. So 250 and 66. So we're still looking at $359. I don't think, okay, nothing else is important in here. So let's go ahead and move on to the next binder, which is going to be my month ahead binder. This is gonna have all the other important envelopes in it. On Sunday, my fiance and I went through finances again to make sure that I had enough money for school, and things have kind of changed with my idea of how I'm going to be spending my money when it comes to me going back to school. It's going to be very difficult for me to work. I'm pretty much gonna be a full-time student. Hygiene is a very intense program, so I'm gonna have to kind of divide all my attention up between the classes I'm gonna be taking and make sure that I'm giving my all to those courses. And I would prefer not to work, if that makes sense. I probably can make some time to work a part-time job, but I would prefer not to work. So we decided, let's take all my bills for the 2 years, add them all up, figure out how much that is. We're looking at $30,000 in bills. That's rent, insurance, car payment, phone bill, subscriptions, Wi-Fi, stuff along those lines. So that's kind of everything. That's why it's $30,000. And we decided that let's try to get that much money at least saved, and then we can go ahead and focus on the tuition after that. If we have to take a loan out for the tuition, that's fine. Once I get out of school, then we can just kind of hightail it and try to pay off that, those student loans as quickly as we possibly can, and kind of do that. That seems like the better option, just so that I don't have to work as much and maybe just pick up a job, like on a Friday or a Saturday, like a day a week or something, just to go ahead and get some extra money for gas. So that's kind of like the plan that we were kind of talking about on Sunday. But with that being said, the reason I was talking about that is because this binder is my month ahead binder. So it has every single bill in there, from car payments to insurance to phone, mortgage, rent, and my subscriptions. So with that being said, we're gonna do another icon here in car payments. So we're gonna be doing $35. And then the next one is going to be $20 for my insurance. And then we're gonna be doing $25 for my rent. And then $30 for my phone. And then the last one is going to be my subscriptions, which is gonna get $13. Okay, so now we're left with $236. So we still have a good amount of money to kind of mess around with in these binders. But the next binder we're gonna go into, so we're actually done with that binder completely. We're not gonna go back into it. The next binder is going to be my yearly 1K challenge from the Remarkable Dollar. we are going to be doing the last icon in October. So we are going to be doing $20. And then let's go ahead and do the 30 in November. So we're gonna do 50 in the yearly 1K challenge. I'm sorry, there is a giant truck going across. So if you guys hear it, I'm so sorry. So that is going to be that. And then we will kind of skip out of this binder and into the next one, which is going to be, we're gonna go right back into our normal binder, our everyday binder. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I'm gonna jump back here to car maintenance. So over about a week ago, I took my car in to get an oil change. So I'm gonna have to unstuff this at some point. And right now I have $100 in there. I had to go ahead and get an oil change. And while I was there, I asked for that truck's going back again. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I went and took my car in for an oil change, and while I was there, I asked if she could do a balance on my tires and a rotation and an alignment as well. And she went out there and checked my tires and said, your tires are good. They're gone. They are gone. They need to be put into the grave. They are done for. And it was just my front 2 tires. It wasn't even my back 2 tires. But while I was there, I was like, you know what? Why switch out 2 tires when I could just switch out all 4? And it was a good deal. So I ended up getting, and I'll be transparent with you guys, I ended up getting 4 brand new tires, a balance, an alignment, a balance, and then an oil change for $485, which is honestly such a good deal. And I didn't think I was gonna get a deal like that. I've been going to these people for quite some time now, so I've kind of built that reputation with them. They're amazing. They've never done me wrong. They've always been so honest about what needs to be done with my car. So I trusted them. I went with it. So $485 is what I paid. I only have 100 in here. I'm not going to be able to get that by the time I have to pay my credit card off. But at least I would like to get another 100 in here. Not even another 100. I would like to get another good amount in here. So let's go ahead and, I have 100. Let's just do 50. No, let's do 56. So at least we can get rid of that 6. So my car maintenance, we're gonna do 56. Okay, so that leaves us with $130. And now we'll jump back here to the front and we will focus on the other stuff. So Christmas, I no longer include in here. It's fully funded. I should probably start trying to take some money out to pay some Christmas bills. And then the next one we're going to be doing is this one here from the Millennial Dollar. We have completed October, and the reason we completed October was because I sold something on Facebook Marketplace, had an additional $100, and you guys will kind of see that within the next few videos where challenges look like they have been completed or completed quicker. Because of that $100, I was able to kind of throw it at a bunch of challenges, kind of speed them up along a little bit. So we are going to be starting off in November. And right now we have 14, 10, 6, and 8. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna immediately knock out the 14 and probably the 6, which would give us 20. So let's go ahead and do the 20, and then we can focus on the 18. What am I doing? Then we can focus on the 18 later down the line. So 20, right? Is that a 6? That's a 6. Okay, so we're gonna do 20. 500. So that leaves us with 110, and then we have our Mean Girls collab here, and I would like to try to knock off a good amount of this real quick because we're getting to the end of the year. My goal was to have $750 by the end of the year in my emergency fund, and we're about to hit 600 with this. So I would like to speed this up a little bit. So we have 215, so that's gonna be 30, and another 210s. So I could easily just finish this off and complete this entire challenge because that would be 60, because that would be 30, 40, 50, and 60, which would still leave us with $50, which I think I'm going to do. I think that's what we're going to do. That's my thought process, is let's just complete this. Let's get rid of the 60 in here. That will leave us with 50, and then we can go ahead and divvy it up between hair care, travel, as well as coffee. So hair care is going to get, let's go ahead and do 20 in hair care. That leaves me with 30. So let's see what coffee's sitting at right now. I probably should take this $15 out and pay myself back because on Sunday I went out with a friend. I think that's what I'm going to do. No, we're not. We're just gonna leave it. Let's go ahead and do 10 into coffee. And then we will put the rest into travel, which will get the 20. Okay, that should be it. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna add every single amount up here now and figure out, make sure that it equals out to 820. And if there was anything that I did wrong, I will figure that out real quick. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have equaled out or broke even with everything, and we are at $820 now. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to cash stuff the rest of this, which is gonna be the $1,710, the $1,710. And I just wanna start off by saying thank you guys so much for supporting my shop. It really means a lot to me. I don't say it enough, I feel like, and I should say it more, and I just wanna say thank you for the support, thank you for the love. Thank you for everything. I've hit a very big milestone on YouTube. I've hit a milestone in my own business. I have surpassed the goals I set for myself for the month of 25. And honestly, when I started this business, this was for you guys. And I really didn't truly think that it was going to take off the way it has. And I know we have so much more growth to kind of take advantage of. And tomorrow I do have some new products. That's a little disclaimer that where I'm going to be dropping, not dropping, but showing you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys. You guys have no idea how much you guys mean to me. It really means a lot. So this is for you guys. This is the transparency I like to bring to my channel, where I show you guys how much I'm going to be stuffing. That $1,710 is not my entire check. My entire check was $2,500, which is the largest month in sales when it comes to my business. And it didn't even feel like it was the largest amount because I didn't have that many orders. It was just the abundance of how many items were in an order was breathtaking. The orders I got, the amounts that I got was just the largest I've ever received. And so I can never say thank you enough. And I'm going to continue to keep saying thank you. And once again, thank you guys so much. So let's just go ahead and talk about where we're going to be putting this money. So the first thing we're going to be doing is I do have a little sticky next to me, so I'm going to bring that out. So we're going to talk about it kind of quickly. So 1,710 is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be putting 510 of that into taxes. So let's go ahead and do 510 into taxes. I always take 20 to 25% of my taxes out. And put that into an envelope, which I have back here, which currently does have 2,100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 96. So $2,296 in there currently, and we're gonna add another $510 to that. The next thing is going to be my binders. My P.O. box is not gonna get anything. I went ahead and checked. It's not due till March. And I need $180, and currently we have 100, 20, 40, and 60, so $160 in P.O. box. So I have a little bit of time, so that's why I'm not touching that. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna take the rest of that $1,200 and we're gonna put it into envelopes and binders. For envelopes, we're only gonna do 400 because right now we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, so $180. So let's add 400 into that. And then the last of it's gonna be binders, which is gonna be 800. So we're just gonna subtract that, 800, and that is gonna leave us with $0. So currently in binders, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That 800 is gonna put us at 1,200. I don't need binders at the moment. I've been making good progress with the sales on my binders, but I don't need them right now. So I'm gonna start getting ahead of when I need to purchase my next set. I would like to have the full amount of money by the time I need to place a brand new order for another few hundred binders. But that is that. At this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly off camera go ahead and figure out how much each amount is going to be divvied up between the denominations. And then I will come back to you with the bill quantity and the total amount. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I went ahead and did the breakdown of denominations, and now at this point, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the bill quantities. So we're gonna start off with 100, and we need 2, 10, 19. So we need 19 hundreds, which is gonna put us at 1,900. And then we need 2 50s. It's weird putting a 50 or checking off a 50 in a whole nother category that's not school, because I've completely stopped using 50s in my cash stuffings. I only use a 50 in my school fund because I literally only ever put $250 in there. So it makes it quick and easy. In 20s, we got 1, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 in 20s, which is going to be $300. So 300 plus 100 plus 1900, we're sitting at 2,300 already. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6, 10, so another 60. And then in fives, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 15, 17 in fives. Oh geez. So $85. And then we have nothing in twos, and then we have 1, 2, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, so $85 in ones. So 85 plus 85 plus 60, I don't know if you guys can see that, I think you guys can, plus 300 plus 100 plus 1900. We're sitting at, we have one too many fives. Let's see. So 66, 56, 35, 25. That's 30. 2 fives. That's 15. That is correct. Okay, I'll figure out off camera where I went wrong. I probably added this up wrong. Let me just double check one more time. So 85 plus 85 plus 60 plus 300 plus 100 plus 1900. Yeah, so I have an extra 5 somewhere in here, so I will double check off camera to figure out where that went wrong. You guys are probably yelling at me going, it's right there in your face, which it probably was, because if it was a snake, it would have bit me already. But with that being said, that is actually it for today's video. So once again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for staying till this point in the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next one.